It is the start of season 10. We can't surely go through 10 years of my main YouTube save without winning a trophy. Surely that's not the case. However, I've recruited well, I've sold well, the tactics looking good. We've got the chance of the league, the cup, and the Europa Conference League. That's the one that we're going to be going for this season, season 10 of the Eagles. Let's go. All right, everybody, welcome to the Eagles start of season 10 transfer special. We're going to do a live com as well. There's not much to talk about in terms of transfers. Everything, as you can see, is as what we potentially expected. So on the main out, Jay Gorter, 5.75 million. He's left. He wanted to leave. A year left on his deal. I didn't want him to go, to be honest. I thought he would be our keeper for maybe the next 2 or 3 years at least. He's a tremendous goalkeeper, but he just was unhappy. So I've decided to let go, get some money. We're all about building finances so we can improve training. We can bring better players in across the board. And I think you can sometimes get away with having a decent goalkeeper without having an absolute worldie. So we've kind of done that with the replacements we have made. One of the other main outs as well, we kind of got out who we wanted to get out. Now, Fabian has been a tremendous servant for the club. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons after his free transfer move for Parma. Obviously now it's getting to the point where he just, in terms of his technicals, were not that great. He was peaking as well, 28. He says he's worth a lot. We could have maybe kept him for a couple of seasons, but I felt like with the players that we had potentially coming in, an eye-catching player that I really wanted to sign, it made sense to move him on while we had top value for him. I don't think he's ever going to be worth that. He's obviously worth more now because he's gone to a bigger club, a bigger league in Besiktas, but I think it was the right time for him to move on, not contributing in terms of attacking threat, anything like that. He just gets forward whenever possible, but the quality is obviously 7 finishing, 8 dribbling, passing 11, vision 12. It was his mentals and physicals, which did as a job to a certain extent, but we need to move on now and get some more quality players in. And Fabian's gone. All the best, bud. Take care. Thiago Andrade has gone to Spurs. Now, we got him on a free. We've sold him for 8.75. He had a very, very good season, but because of the change of tactic, we were starting to train him as sort of like the attacking mid, but we're not playing with an attacking midfielder anymore. So, yeah, once again, it made sense to get him now. No doubt he would have outgrown us anyway at some point. He will probably go on to do better things at Spurs, in particular if he gets his place out on that left-hand side. But it's time for us to really kick on. We've got rid of a couple of players that has helped us strengthen in the transfer market. Strengthening we did with Musa Costa. I've had my eye on him for a couple of years. Really good age profile, 24 years old. Defensive, sort of like deep line playmaker. Excellent physicals at 6'1". Good mentals. Look at them mentals. He's also got vision of 17. Passing 15. First touch 15. Kind of an upgrade on Fabian. Him and Lima in midfield. Or him and the Belgian player that we've got in central midfield. Really good. My only issue is, and I couldn't get out of it, £13 million. Bearing in mind we signed him for 9 million. 9.75. So I'm going to wait until after Christmas. Hopefully we'll be in a really good position and I'm going to offer him a new bumper deal. We've got until 2035 anyway, but I just need to knock off or at least double. You know, we want over, if we're going to sell him, we'll be wanting over £20 million for him, so we've just got to be careful of that. New striker in, Nicolas Ravisio, and he has made a tremendous start. An Inter Milan youth team player that had played a handful of games on loan at Inter and Parma, has started tremendously well for us. £13,000 a week, free transfer, good value, 5'11", can finish, can dribble, good first touch, technique, good, decent anticipation, good pace, good stamina. He is our poacher in the middle of our front three and has started really well. 6 goals in 7 appearances. Slight injury, unfortunately, today. First of 2 goalkeepers, we've brought in Alexandra Jovovic. Jovovic. We'll go with Jovovic. He is actually Dutch. He is Dutch. 2.2 million from a relegated Willem 2. They've been in it. Well, they've been in the second tier all the way through the save, actually. It's just a nice little backup. We've planned. He's because of squad rotation rules and squad registration rules for Europa and the Conference League, we couldn't register Rakovic, our other new goalkeeper, so he is playing as our sort of like cup goalkeeper at the moment. Speaking of Rakovic, is it Rakovic? Rajkovic? I need to Google that. I'll Google that for next time. There he is. What was he? Free transfer from Mallorca. 35 years old, but still tremendous. There just wasn't... I would love to get a Dutch goalkeeper, and I think we might try and sign someone big in the summer or even January, depending if I can get rid of a certain player that's hopefully on the move. So I'll keep sort of like looking and scouting. I do want the Dutch in, but I just thought for a season, free transfers, $8,000 a week, looks really good. Good reflexes still at 35. Good one-on-ones. Good command of area. Yeah, really good signing, I thought, for us. And then we've bought in Nasil Unava. We did try to sign him actually a couple of years ago, but he chose Lille. And then he's only played 5 times. I don't know. To be honest, I can't register him in the Europa League or the Europa Conference League. He's unhappy because he's not registered. He's not playing. But I just got him in as a bit of a squad filler. 9K a week. It doesn't really suit what we're doing, but just in case we need to do a change, I've kind of got a plan B tactic and a kind of another tactic just to change things up during games. So hopefully he'll get a run, maybe later on in the season, playing against these clubs that we're absolutely smashing. I am going to try and get him on. He's played he's one sub-appearance in central midfield as that attacking midfielder, but I may just shove him up front, advance forward. He can play on the left, play on the right, maybe even drop him as a false 9 and at some points just to help with rotation. And then 2 really good signings. Is that it for that side? Yeah. And then 2 really good signings. Tresor Umbongu. Basically, he's kind of similar to the Norwegian right back that we signed. 6.25 million from Zurich. Tottenham were after him, but we went in and offered him a bumper deal to make sure we got him. Good physicals. 6'4", wing back with 14 pace. Can cross, crossing not great, but first touch, marking, passing, tackling technique, all very good. So he will hopefully improve. Only 21 years old as well. So fingers crossed he will be the next big thing. Can also do left-sided centre-back, so really helping with squad rotation. We've still got Buliza as well as the backup, but a really good signing. And then Walker Luizai. We'll go with Luizai. Jesus. Luizai. We were going to get him on a free transfer anyway, but we made the deal to get him early because the deal wasn't going to be done until January. He's come in. Go ahead, Eagles. New signing. 7 goals in 7 games. He's played some Europa Conference games. He is 6'4" with 17 finishing, 14 pace. Decent on both feet with good technique, good off the ball. Could be better at heading, but with that front 3, we are currently rocking them. We have changed our tactic to try and win some silverware. And here we go. This is how it is looking if you missed the last one. It is the GOAT, my favourite tactic of FM23. No, FM21 that I've brought back. FM20. And I've brought back into FM23. Did a tactic a couple of weeks ago on it. I'm actually going to be using this week. I am in the FM Super League. The FM Super League, I'm doing the live stream on Twitch. Friday night is the draft. Sunday night, about 5:30, is the actual games. So make sure you've dropped me a follow. Link down in the description for that. Over on Twitch. And I'm going to be using this tactic to see how it does. All right, so I think we're well balanced. We've still got Rodriguez. We've got plenty of options at the back. Williams, Riches, Vigorold. I am trying to get rid of Lekkovic. I accidentally rejected a £6 million bid from Red Star. I then offered him back out to Red Star for the same price, and they were interested because I do think I would like to get some money in for him because of players like Mbungo and Figueroa, Riches, Williams. We've also obviously got Lorenz when he comes back fit. Bazic as well. We've got plenty of options in defence. So I think we can afford to get him out, and I would really like to sign a top goalkeeper, a really good young Dutch goalkeeper that will be with us for the remainder of the save. That would be my hope. And then we've got players like Shin Ten Bogende, who has kind of started all right. He's still not amazing. He's playing on the left-hand side as that target forward. But as I said now, we've got Signorelli, who we did keep. Look at the worth on him, 56 to 66 million pounds. Maybe a little decision to make about him in the summer. 2 years left on his deal. We might have to maximise that. Hopefully, he hasn't really kicked on with his Argentinian games in terms of appearance. Well, 5 appearances, 1 goal. But no doubt, we want more. He needs to be hitting 20 goals this season, I think. He really needs to be looking at hitting 20, which may be difficult because he's got some guys to compete with up there. He's not the sole main man. With players like Raviso, Luizao, De Bergonde. We've still got Sky Vink, who will no doubt come in and play some Conference League games because the Conference League is interesting. Our fixtures in that have been extremely kind. By the way, there's the run, start of the season. We're in good form. We're in good fettle, would be the word if you're from Yorkshire. We're in good fettle. There we go. We played Hibs in a knockout, Kolos and not a cop-in. So we've had 6 games to get into the Europa League conference, but that is purely down to because we obviously only managed to qualify through the league playoff thing. So 6 games. Towards it helps with pre-season. It put us in good shape. We've been able to rotate 2 really good wins over Hibs when Hibs were probably classed as favourites as well. And then our games. Look, we've got Ashod, Derry City, Sheriff, Zalgiris, Vinulis, Slovan Bratislava and Nefki Baku. So really good fixtures, I think. Here is the 20, sort of like the 34 teams. And looking at it, there's some big ones up there. There was Roma. I think Roma's the one. There's Gala, there's Leicester. But I kind of fancy us to, we should easily qualify for the top 8. Hopefully we get a little bit of luck and avoiding teams such as Roma and everyone else, I feel like potentially we could beat. So, probably our biggest chance of a trophy this year is Europe. We will go full at it in all cups, in particular the Dutch Cup, which we've kind of ignored over the last few years, but we will go with it because it just gives us the opportunity of silverware. So we'll have that to come. We are second in the league after 3 games. We've started really well. Disappointing draw against AZ, but we were away from home and a 0-0 as well. And now we're playing a bit of my bogey team, PEC Zwal, who have caused us problems, but have started the season horrendously badly for them. 3 defeats in the first 3 games. Right, injury-wise, Lima is injured, but Bazicic is going to come in. Let's get Bazicic in first as the libero. Costa's had a little rest, so he will come in. Lima has got a slight knock. Lima as well, one player that I thought was outstanding, actually, look at him. Technique and passing and vision is good. But in terms of his physicals, I thought he was a lot more physical than what he was. I thought he would be able to do the box-to-box. So we've changed it. We're going with Idumbo Muzambo, who is now a central midfielder on attack and has started the season really good. 1 goal, 4 assists, really good breaking runs. We're kind of going for it, attacking goals. I've built that just as a little change to get a couple of cams in, like people like Malambo, give the opportunity for Medina and Unavar to play as well. We tried to get Medina out the door, but no one wanted him, unfortunately. And then we've got that one that we can go to towards the end of games just to tighten us up. So we're planning ahead. 3 tactics in one there. Right, I think we're ready to go. So we're going to give Rakovic a game because it's league. Stolkwald, Bazicic, Williams, Mbungo, Rodriguez, Costa, Muzambo, Degabende, Lazao and Signorelli. And back to not enough Dutch players in the squad. We've kind of lost the shape a little bit of again. So I think we'll use. Have we got some money left? We probably have some money left, Training facilities and that, we're going to keep building on them. We are keeping building on them, which is good. So these were early teens. I think 10 and 11 when we first started. So it's good to get them going. Finances. Media prediction 4th this year. I think that's our highest prediction ever. 24 million in the bank. And we've got a transfer budget of 17 million. Counted as rich, so things are looking good. I would like to change the stadium because for the Europa League games, we can't... Is there an option? Because we lose a third of our stadium because of the bloody... It needs, seating. We lose the seating. We lose the standing area because... You're not allowed to stand apparently in European games, so we lose a third, one of the ends, which is really disappointing. Obviously, that's costing us money. Right, are we ready? Yes, we are. Let's go. Zval said they are a heaven. I think maybe now we might see us beat teams like this who like to play. We've struggled to get in terms of breaking these down, not because they were defensive, but because they were really good with the ball and they kind of played ball and played similar style to us, quite low tempo. Quite tight, possession heavy to control games, but they might not be able to handle the triple threat we now have up front, and it's all about pace, power, aggression. There they are, 3 defeats. Manuel Neuer will be under pressure. Right, we go half an hour into the game. This is the first highlight. They've sat quite narrow, quite deep. Can we win it? And we are so good on, by the way, on the break. If we can get there, that's over the bar. If we can get the ball, win the ball in these defensive third, we're really obviously good because the 3 stay up quite high. And we often have an overload up there with maybe one of their fullbacks pushing on. We kind of cheat a little bit. It's not always our attackers trap back. Right, it's 0-0. We've dominated the ball, which to be fair, we're not that bothered about anymore. But we've struggled there to get any kind of chance What we had? 6 shots, 2 on target, 3 on target, with an XG of 0.27. And Duca, ex-Eagles boy there with the volley. Are we playing? We've gone long. Flicks. Lazao. I think he's Colombian, Lazao. Signorelli. Cross. Oh, seconds. Debonge. Sorry. Umbongo. He scored. Oh, yes. Like, that was a commentator's killer. I feel like Paul Merson. Unbungo. We'll go Umbungo. We might have to change some of these names, you know. Bugende. Lovely little pullback. We get a bit of luck, but Umbonge. I've called him Umbonge now. Jesus. Right, he scored. Right, we're 1-0 up. That's all that matters. That was a commentator's nightmare. We've also got this dude as well. Lars Joran Stockhold Vigorido. Jesus. Might have to change some of these names. They are regens as well, so it doesn't matter so much. Right, Williams. Clips over the top for Dembonge. We're in. Surely, easiest tap in. Lazao, Walker Lazao, has got his, 8th of the season, I think? He is on now already. He's going to cause problems just because of his size. I don't really like, because of the face back that I have, we've got him as a white dude, and in the game he is a black dude. Can't change that now. But there he is. He's like 6'4", and he's only young. How old was Lazao? He's only 21, boys. Colombian, capped at under 23s. I think he's going to score some goals for us. Some serious goals. I think we want all 3 strikers. Maybe 4 strikers. To be touching sort of like 15, 20 goals. Signorelli, Lazao, Debonge, then Bugende. We'll go with Bugende. And then, obviously, Signorelli. Revicio, is it? Yeah, Revicio. We need him to score a couple as well. So we've got players like Fofana who can come on. We'll do a triple change up front. We'll get Univar on, but we'll play him as a false 9. Who else is struggling? Midfielders are struggling. Let's bring Van Barneveld on. Our only really youth in prospect at the moment. That's 4. One more. We'll leave Muzambo on, and we'll get Thiago Land on, another Dutch player. I'm trying to keep some of these Dutch players happy, guys. Just these ones that can be back. Especially when we're playing in these sort of like conference leagues, we'll be able to give some of them games. Let's clip Signorelli. It's your last chance to get on a score sheet. So he's turning into a little bit more of a provider at the moment, just because of the outside role. I've just done a season with Kiev and my live stream series on Twitch, and my right-sided forward got 18 assists in 17 games. Signed him halfway through the season, so he might end up being a little bit more of an assister. And Univar, after all that, has got himself injured, so we're finishing the game with 10 men. Cheers, mate. Muzambo, Fofana underneath it. We've got Fofana as well, so once again, maybe some of these European games, we are going to rest a whole host of players, especially the front 3, the midfield. The centre-backs will be okay. We can maybe do a slight rotation there, but we've got the opportunity to rotate wing-backs. We've got the opportunity to rotate up front, and it looks like we may be getting a penalty, are we? No, we're not. That was close, though. Right, Muzambo, delivery, cleared. Where is he going there? Win. Pablo Maya, who nearly just gave away that penalty. They're going to score. Of course they're going to score. I don't know where the right back was deciding to go on that highlight. When the ball was cleared, just watch where he goes. So it's cleared here. Watch him. Watch him. Where is he going? And that helps them break. And now we've got a couple of minutes left. I really don't want to make any tactical changes apart from just change that mentality a little bit. Bazacic Malabero is taking throw-ins. God knows why. Muzambo hits it. We've scored anyway. I don't know why he's up there. We maybe need to change that. Maybe it's because I had him playing as a wing-back maybe. And it's just what's been kept in the set-piece instructions. Nice little, to be fair, he's got himself an assist, Bazacic, so he's done well. Oh no, as an assist of an assist. Rodriguez with the assist. Muzambo has a really good start. 3-1, we're dominating games, we are in control. Look, the XG is the key for us. It's creating lots and lots of chances. All right, guys, that is it. There will be an episode out later in the week, probably Thursday. We'll try and kick on till maybe around Christmas time. Maybe not that far, but we'll kick right on, and we'll see where we're at. Champions League football, I think, top 4 doesn't give us Champions League, top 3, but we're relying on, obviously, like Ajax are so good at the moment, but it's relying on maybe a PSV or a Feyenoord just to have a little off-season, which PSV have had a couple of times over the past 2 or 3 years. So, fingers crossed, if we're on it, they're off it, we can get Champions League football. All right, guys, take care. Thanks for watching. Smash a like on today's video, muchly appreciated, and we'll see you later.